This is the Peace Starts With Me. You might be wondering, what does that mean? So I'm going to read just a quick passage or just an intro. Inspired by founder Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon, the Mother of Peace, hundreds of thousands of people across America and the world have been touched by her commitment to unify this nation and world. Peace Starts With Me is a peace campaign that is hosted by the Family Fed, a call to all Americans to come together as one family under God, transcending boundaries and religious affiliations. So who is the Mother of Peace? I'd like to play a short 2-minute video to introduce her.
I remember like it was yesterday, the day I escaped North Korea. My country is still divided. The world is still divided.
Sent to hospital Saturday, dozens of others.
Now, Mother's interpretation of her calling is not within what we call the norm. Mother's interpretation of her calling is that she is the only begotten daughter. But you don't judge a tree by its branches, and you don't judge a tree by its leaves. You judge a tree by its fruit. And there's nobody in here that can deny the significance of the fruit that we have seen exhibited by her response to her calling.
When I announced the first visit of True Mother, I told my church about the great work she is doing for humanity, and that is why I have embraced her.
It's time that we come together as one family under God and transform our communities and transform our world around us and bring our worlds closer together.
This road toward peace hasn't been easy. And yet, I believe together we can build God's family.
All right, thank you. Yeah, we can clap for that. So, yeah, it's been quite a course, but I'm really excited for this next era that we're walking into in terms of bringing about peace, substantial peace in this world. You know, one thing I want to emphasize, as a church, we have really gone really deep in terms of spiritual prayers and conditions, and also in terms of intellect. We have so much content in terms of what to teach and share. And I think recently we've also developed the realm of emotion and really building our sense of community, friendships, small groups, even our Sunday gathering greetings and stuff like that. But one area that I feel like we're entering into more substantially with this Peace Starts With Me campaign is more service in our neighborhoods and our communities in the realm of action. Not just doing like gatherings to teach more content, but actually doing activities and events where we're substantially creating more peace in our communities and neighborhoods. So that's the part that I feel is kind of the capping stone or a completion of everything that we've been building up to the past, 40, 50, 60 years. And this, I feel like once we really open and engage this area of service and activity, really making a difference in society, that's gonna really bring the whole picture together. And that's why I'm really excited about this kind of launching of this Peace Starts With Me campaign, because we will be introducing our plans for regular service projects in our neighborhoods and activities that can bring our word into action. So that's something that I'm really excited about. Yeah. So we have the first question. I'd like you to, as part of understanding the Peace Starts With Me movement, like you to think about, what does peace look like? We talk about peace, but what is peace? What does peace look like? If we can also get the lights on, since I'm no longer showing a video. Yeah, and let's take just 3 minutes, turn to a neighbor and share what comes to mind. What does peace look like? Okay, let's wrap up our conversations. Okay, so let's get some answers from our congregation here. So tell me, what does peace look like? Just, yeah, you can yell it out. Well, maybe raise your hand, I'll point to you before you yell it out. So what does peace look like? Give me some thoughts. Yes. Service, okay. Peace looks like service. Anyone else? Harmony, okay. Peace is harmony. Anyone else? Unity, okay. Yes. Trust and good neighbors, okay. Good neighbors, that's a really important qualification. Not just any neighbors. Yes. Contentment, okay. Good words. I want a little bit more visuals, like what does it look like? Not just synonyms, but like what does peace look like to you? World of loving families, okay? Group of young kids smiling. Oh, yes, kids smiling. That's what peace looks like. Very good. Anyone else? Oh, yes. All right, my wife smiling. Good answer. Good answer. Yeah, so I think we all have a sense of what peace looks like, and there's many ways to express it. One thing that our community really emphasizes is that all people living together as one family. Let's just say one functional family, because there's many types of families out there, but really that we're all living together as one family. That is what this global sense of peace that we're striving for together. Now, talking about peace, we know that there's still a lot of conflicts that exist in this world. And yeah, maybe you guys can shout out a few conflicts that you know of. Palestine and Israel. Yep, that's a major conflict. Russia and Ukraine. Any other conflicts that we are aware of? Huh? North and South Korea, right. In the Mother of Peace intro, we talked about the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. How about more domestically? What kind of conflicts do you see? In America. Disruption of families, divorce, or conflict between husband and wife. Huh? Kamala and Trump, yes. That is definitely a conflict we see every day. Right, so, and someone mentioned mind and body, right? So even within ourselves, we face this inner conflict, like, oh, I need to lose weight. Oh, donuts, right? So conflicts exist everywhere. So the question, the deeper question is, why? Why is there so much conflict in this world? You know, we talk about peace, yet we see all this conflict. Everyone knows we love peace, but then why is there so much conflict? If we like peace so much, why is conflict so prevalent? In fact, I think there was a study that there's only, you can count in less than 3, I forgot how many days, but it was less than a year, possibly less than a month of the days in the world since the beginning of time or beginning of history recorded that there was no war in the world is less than 1 year in terms of the number of days. So conflict is very prevalent in our society. So let's ask ourselves, why is there so much conflict in this world? I want you guys to actually think about this. And yeah, let's take 3 more minutes. Please tell me, what do you think? Why does conflict exist in this world? If we can find out the problem or the root problem, we can come up with a solution. If we don't know what the problem is, there's no way we're going to be able to solve it. So let's put our minds together. 3 minutes, discuss with your partner or neighbor, why is there so much conflict in this world? Go. Okay, let's bring it back. Okay. So, what did we come up with? Hold on, we're just getting everyone's attention. I saw her hat first, so. Actually, you know what? Diane, what's on your mind? Lack of love. Okay. So 2 points here. Lack of love. Why is there conflict is because people don't feel loved. And not being able to see from God's viewpoint. So always seeing from your own viewpoint instead of seeing from what does God see. Okay? Great answers. Straight from the book. Anyone else? Why is there so much conflict? Yes, John. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Right. Anyone wants to be the leader and tell people what to do? There's another one. Too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Right. Or too many drivers in the car. Anyone experience that? Yeah. All right. What else? Okay. Leaving your position. Okay. Okay. So you said there were 4 points. Leaving your position. You don't know the other. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep it at 1. Leaving your proper position. That's a very principled explanation. Yes. Why is there a conflict in this world, Elena? Okay. Okay, so not enough people feel ownership over peace or feel responsible to make peace in the world. So it's like, okay, world sucks, not my problem, or I can't do anything about it, right? So there are many reasons why there's so much conflict in this world. And what we believe is that the root of it all is self-centeredness, okay? So as long as people constantly or only think about themselves and, you know, them being number one and not wanting to listen to other people, as long as this prevails, there will be conflict. So that's really the source of all the conflict, and we believe that from the beginning of humanity, that this kind of perspective or approach or attitudes started in the beginning. Let's read one passage from Dr. Hak Ja Han Moon. Human history has been a history of conflict and war as a result of egoism and self-centered greed unrelated to God, our Creator. And to this day, wars continue to be waged. So egoism and self-centered greed. This has been the story of human history. So as long as we cannot address this egoism and self-centeredness, there's no way we're going to find peace in this world. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, last question, guys. I know I'm asking a lot, but this is how I like to do service. How, given that there's so much conflict, and we have this issue of self-centeredness, egoism, how is peace even possible? How do you think peace is possible given the reality we see around us? Okay, 3 more minutes. Discuss, reflect on your own, or turn to a neighbor and share. How is peace possible? Okay, let's bring it back. So the question is, how is peace possible? Okay, let's wrap up our conversations. How is peace possible? Yes, Captain Manuel. Be there for one another. Can you give me an example? Is there anyone you practice being there for, Manuel? Many. Just name one. Okay, good answer. So be there for your wife. She made a face like, okay, you might need to work on that a little, but yes. Okay, we have great concepts, but we want to bring it down to earth so we can practice these points. Yes, you had a point? Yeah. Unconditional love. Ooh, another common phrase used in our community. What does that look like? Accepting difficulties. Can you name one that you've accepted?
My husband.
Your husband, okay. Very good, okay. So that is practicing really unconditional love. You get a lot of practice. I see, that's great. Yes, in the back. Okay. When we practice respect and understanding, and particularly relationship with God in our family, that's how we can overcome conflict, okay? Let's take one last one, yes. Listen to whoever. Can you give me an example of who you listen to when you're in conflict? Your wife, okay? All right, so we have a common theme that's showing up here. I guess if you want peace in the world, we need to make good with our spouse. Seems like, okay. So ultimately, I do believe we need to learn to work in harmony together. Whether it's with your spouse, our community, our neighbors, we really need to work on actively how do we work together in harmony. And this theme of peace starts with me. There's a few key points I want to convey, and we'll wrap it up here. Why does peace start with me? First, I believe peace starts with me because you can't really force peace, right? You can't actually change your spouse. Did you know that? Did anyone know that? Maybe you figured it out by now, but you can't change other people. And instead of blaming others and say, it's your fault that this happens, it's your fault that I'm miserable, actually, the only way to actually change things is to take responsibility for the situation yourself. Does that make sense? As long as you blame someone else, it might feel good temporarily because you're like, oh, it's his fault or it's her fault. But the thing is, when you blame someone else for your problems, then you're also putting the burden of the solution on them as well. And if they don't feel like solving it for you, guess what? You're going to be stuck with your problem for a long time. So if you really want to move forward in any situation, the fastest way is to take responsibility yourself. That's why peace starts with me, because it's about me being responsible for the conflicts and problems I see around me. Second point is I need to first find peace within in order to be able to make peace with others. You know, it kind of reminds me like in the family with kids when you like end up yelling at your kids like, be quiet. Yeah. You're modeling behavior that your kids absorb. And if you're yelling at your kids to be quiet, guess what? As soon as you stop saying that, they're going to be loud right back. So, in order to find peace and create peace, it's really important to understand that inner peace within oneself, that is the starting point for peace in your relationships. You need to find a way to find peace in yourself. Without that, there is no way there is a peace in any relationship. Okay? So that's why peace starts with me, is because peace starts within. And finally, I like the statement, I am a divine being and have the power to make a difference. The reason why peace starts with me is because even one person, if they can really focus and master this in themselves, as a divine being, you have the power to make a difference. So you need to know that you matter, your peace matters, your ability to make peace within has a powerful impact on those around you. Here's a quote from Gandhi. "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do." So this quote really exemplifies this concept of peace starts with me. Gandhi is saying that it's through our own change within that the world and the cosmos around us actually changes based on our own change within. So that pretty much summarizes the intro to the Peace Starts With Me. We actually have 2 other seminars that's coming up right after this afternoon from 12:30 to 3:30, 2:30, only 2 hours. And we'll be covering the principles of peace and peacemakers. So I'd like you to really consider and invite others to stay connected with our campaign for updates and service opportunities. Just provide us with the best way to reach you. Also, you can donate to support and receive merchandise to promote the Peace Starts With Me movement. I like the onesie. And participate in our service projects, starting with surveying the needs of our neighborhoods. And I'm going to invite up Shogo to share more about our plan to really support and contribute to our neighborhoods in our key cities around us. And lastly, just make sure you invite a friend to join the movement. There will be an online intro tonight. Pretty much the same content I shared today at 7:30 p.m. So if you'd like to invite somebody to hear about this, it'll be just my portion, and not the message from the president, but my portion. It'll be from 7:30 tonight. And that way we can get people included and started with working together. That's all. You've been a pleasure. Thank you so much.